Hey everybody, what's going on? This is Godma. I'm just going to take this time to wish a merry Sunday to all. The weather is good here in Toronto. It's fine weather for casting a Starcraft 2 game. This particular game is going to be played on Metalopolis. It's a 1 vs 1, not a 2 vs 2 like Metalopolis was designed for. Myself, I am controlling the green Protoss tribe. My handle is Rapt, facing off all the way across this Zerg brood. Being controlled by Racist. He is the color yellow. Now I have to say I have no memory of this game whatsoever, so it is going to be just as much a surprise to me as it will to you, so perhaps that will be reflected in the commentary. Right now though, I'm not pumping any probes, but that is because I'm getting my first pylon down here, so interesting pylon placement. I don't know if I agree with that, but I've chosen to do that regardless. Racist is going to be extending his first Overlord in the incorrect position here, the most southern position. So now that I have that first pylon, I am chrono boosting these couple of probes. Racist is not doing too terribly. He's probably going for a that common macro build. Let's see if he throws that spawning pool down at 14. He's got 14 supply now, just waiting for about 30 minerals until he can afford that spawning pool. Possible Racist could be going for a fast hatchery. He's sitting at 275 minerals. Yeah, he's just putting down a little bit of a late spawning pool, letting his minerals accumulate a little bit too quickly, but it's possible he could be going also for that 15 hatchery. This Overlord and Probe are going to see each other, so intelligence will be returned to commanders, respectively. My second pylon is in my mineral line. Even though Racist went for an economy build, Zerglings still are in fact a threat. I'm actually putting down a very early forge, so it looks like I am walling off my front door with a forge. I'm probably going to get some cannon technology in play, but either way, a very early forge. I don't know that is the most effective build order, but that is what I've chosen to go with. These days, I should say this. Admittedly, I have a lot of games to cast if I want to get up to date with my replays. This replay is probably a couple weeks old. That being said, I have started to do more 1 vs 1 ladder matches. I'm still in the Copper League, but I'm working my way up. And as I do, as I am exposed to more gameplay, you certainly learn more things. You know, you learn which units to put into one control groups, and you learn, just generally how to improve your macro. So as I do gain that experience, I hope to be working my way up into the Bronze League, potentially. I was in the Bronze League at one point before one of the beta resets, but that's not terribly relevant right now. What is relevant is double extractor coming in from Racist, just as his natural hatchery is complete. This drone is going to get complete vision of what's going on, and actually, this Zealot very ineptly is going to be chasing this drone into my mineral line. I also could have pulled some probes off the line here to just surround that drone, but actually this drone is doing an extractor harass, denying my second assimilator. I don't think I was planning on going for a very gas-heavy build. As you can see, I had a very early photon cannon up. This Overlord is just barely going to outrange that photon cannon, so I've opted to go for a very defensive build here. Not canceling that extractor, so Racist will certainly be delaying that Vespene Geyser for just a brief moment. Handful of Zerglings are now in play. He's not saturated this position just yet. He's getting a second queen, which is not a terrible decision, but he needs to pump or transfer drones. He could actually afford to transfer drones from this position, as you do see 1 or 2 drones switching mineral fields. Not so much anymore. Either way, Racist operating off of 2 bases, myself only 1. This Overlord is getting free intelligence in my base, also getting this photon cannon here, so I'm probably hoping to trap this Overlord in between a rock and a hard place. Nope, this Overlord is precisely where it needs to be, outranging both of those cannons. Chrono boosting level 1 upgrades. It's once again strange gameplay for me. It's not a completely unreasonable upgrade. I have 4 Zealots in play, but right now a sizable Zergling rush is going to be crashing my front door. My saving grace right now is the fact that I have these 2 photon cannons, or at least 1 photon cannon is watching my front door. I've got another one on my mineral line, but these Zerglings are going to try to maneuver their way inside. Focusing down the Zealot, looks like no. Bypassing the Zealot, taking the damage from the Zealots and the photon cannons, just like any good Zerg player would. He's just rushing my mineral line, so forced to pull probes off the line, trying to take down these Zerglings. Let's see. Looks like there were no casualties on my part, so that photon cannon was at least a good investment to a degree. I haven't transferred any probes to this assimilator now, only doing that just as I speak. Do have no lair tech just yet, although Racist could afford it and then some. Seems to be just putting down Zerglings, getting those 2 spine crawlers as insurance. I don't know about the placement, but they should do just fine. Speedlings are in play. I seem to be transferring a handful of Zealots over to this position. Probably I'm waiting for this 1 attack upgrade, and once that is complete I should move in. I don't know, it would be a better decision to wait for that upgrade, but it looks like I'm just choosing to move in anyway. Going to see these spine crawlers going up, probably just going to be worrying about these Zerglings right now. Those Zerglings are going down no problem, but right now the concern is the spine crawlers. Racist has bought himself the time he needs to get these spine crawlers into play, so the crawlers are not doing bonus damage to these Zealots, but it looks like they are going to be forcing me back for the time being. I seem to be just satisfied with those Zergling kills. Switching to units lost, it is, yeah, so if I did lose many probes, it's certainly not showing on the scoreboard. Units lost is definitely in my favor as of now. I have this proximity pylon over here in this north area. Racist may be entertaining the idea of a northern expansion up yonder. Either way, I should be doing some sort of a tech switch because, yeah, actually, Racist got himself 2 layers. I'm going to go out on a limb and call that a misplay. So he's operating off of 2 layers. That being said, though, he has made the tech switch that I so desperately lack. He has roaches, I have Zealots. Not good news for the Protoss player. And actually, this Overlord has been absolutely key to the Zerg player right now. I should at least make 1 Stalker or something. I have these 2 sentries in play. I should be focusing down that Overlord with those sentries. Bit of a mistake from Rapt. These roaches now concerned really with just securing some map control. Level 1 shields, actually. So I'm getting level 1 shields instead of weapons and armor. It's possible that I just want to be buffering my photon cannons a little bit with that upgrade, but either way, some strange tech choices here from Rapt, and also I have forced myself to long distance mine out of this position here. So, poor SimCity, mediocre build order, questionable decisions all around. It's not a terrible long distance mine operation, but even so, there is no reason to place this forge and the cybernetics core in that mineral field. So the Protoss economy is in the lead right now, but it is technically stunted simply because these probes have to long distance mine. So I seem to be just massing Zealots. I don't know that is the best decision, especially considering that there are so many roaches in play. This 3rd hatchery is up. I do spot that with this observer, however, as my robo-tech is in play. Getting also a 2nd robotics facility, so if I was to speculate, I could very well be going for Colossus. These Zealots with 2 sentries are now going to be taking down that hatchery, denying that Queen from coming up. Those broodlings are not going to do enough damage to take down the Zealots. Racist, instead of counterattacking, choosing to defend his front door. I have 2 idle sentries right here. Could be argued that I'm using them for defense, but it would be better if I just brought them to my main control group.